There's a misconception about major depressive disorder that reoccurs in my therapy practice. And I'm constantly having to kind of disabuse clients of this misperception. And it comes down to thinking of depression as having a down mood or a sad mood. And the classic example of this is I had a client and all his family members were saying, "Hey, I think you're depressed." He's like, "No, I don't think I'm depressed." And so then me and this client looked through all the symptoms. And after we went through all the symptoms, it's like, huh, yeah, maybe I am depressed. And I was like, yeah, I really think you are. And I said, well, but why does that surprise you? Why does it surprise you to think you have depression? He said, well, I thought depression was feeling sad, feeling down. And that was really the one criteria that he didn't meet. Um, he was depressed, very depressed, but he didn't feel sad, right? Um, he had low energy, his sleep was off, his appetite was off. He had some of those classic signs of psychomotor agitation, was feeling more hopeless, very kind of socially disconnected. I mean, just one after another, all the criteria was met. But he didn't have that sad mood. And so um, it was just a point of clarification, but it was also like, yeah, I don't think you're the only one, Mr. Client. I think there's a lot of folks who walk through my doors or walk through the doors of a counselor's office, not really realizing that they're very likely depressed, but they just don't have that characteristic sadness. So let this clarification be known to all those on social media. You don't have to be sad in order to be depressed. Depression can manifest in a variety of ways, and it doesn't always come with that hallmark sadness, depressed mood, crying, tearfulness. It can show up as it's really hard to get up out of bed. It's really hard to pursue your goals, and you feel fatigued when you put effort towards a goal. And you're sleeping more. Like, oh, that's weird. Normally I sleep 8 hours a night, and now I'm up to 10. And after 10 hours of sleep, I can barely get out of bed. And I'm just munching, eating, I'm gaining weight. And things I used to love and get so excited for, I could care less for. And I'm not connecting with my friends, and I'm just feeling like there's no point or purpose. Oh, hold the phones. You're depressed. But Dan, I'm not sad. You're depressed. So depression can show up in a variety of ways. You don't need to be sad. And so I would urge you to say, how has depression shown up for you? And maybe, it's also entirely possible to feel sad and not be depressed. That's another clarification I would like to make. Um, and then also, depression is very distinct from grief, but that's a whole separate video. Depression isn't grief and mourning. Grief and mourning isn't depression. They can look really similar. I'll save that for another video. Anyway, I don't think I have any more thoughts on clarifying misperceptions of depression. But hey, let me know if you have any questions about other misperceptions you think are out there, or misperceptions you may have, or you've heard from others and you're not sure about. That's kind of fun, I think, and helpful, is to clarify some of those misperceptions about mental health disorders. So let me know what you think. Love to hear your thoughts.